I was teaching at Columbia University. I was teaching a course called Directing Actors. I was teaching a course on directing. And all my students were all in love with David Lynch, who I had never even heard of. And apparently they'd seen this movie, Eraserhead. And they were absolutely blown away by this guy. And I got Dune. And they were all thrilled about it. And so I was like, wow. I mean, everybody was saying, tell David Lynch I love him. And so I kind of went, I went and Rafaela said, I'm going to introduce you to David. And I didn't know what to expect, but there was this really kind of very preppy looking guy with a, you know, a sport coat, blue sport coat, khaki pants, and I think a, you know, a button-down blue shirt. And he sounded a bit like Peter Lorre from Philadelphia. And he said, hi, Grant. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about actors having surgery done on them for their parts? And I just like went white as a sheet. And I said, well, I think that's great as long as it isn't me. And it turned out that, I don't know, you know the Duke, who was played by Jurgen, what's his name? Brock, yeah. Who I had seen in Das Boot, and who's wonderful. He had talked Jurgen into having his a hole put to his cheek, so that they could put a tube in there for when the poison gas comes out of his tooth. Because otherwise he would have to have done the shot with mirrors or something. And Raphael was desperately trying to figure out a way to get him not to do this. And I remember at one point, I mean, she was really doing it, and fun. I remember I was just sitting in the back in someplace, and I saw them up front, and I was going, Ralph, why not? She said, no. And that was when they finally turned out they would not allow him to have a hole put to his cheek. But I would say he is, I mean, visually one of the freest thinker. The freest artist I ever met is Amanda Plummer. I mean, by no, but he is as an imaginer, a wild imaginer. There's no one else. Like him, he's a true surrealist. Extraordinary, brilliant guy. He can write, he can paint,